Hello and welcome back again to another episode of Let's Play Eastern Mind, The Lost Souls of Tong Nou. This time we'll be taking on the life of Kai, a person born in the Land of Time, because the Land of Time is the last area of the game we really haven't explored properly yet. And once again our goal in life is to participate in the Ritual of Time, but unlike Gyo's life, which involved igniting a candle, we have to actually put one out with our canteen. Also, Kai himself is pretty obviously designed to look like a candle. Sometimes this game isn't very subtle with its metaphors. So we're once again in the Land of Time, so instead of getting on with our mission proper, we'll explore the Land of Time properly, though there isn't really much to see. So right now we're facing south, because if we turn around and head straight forward, we loop back around and arrive at the entrance of the Tower of Time, which a Fangxing told us is the northern part of the Land of Time. So let's go back and face south. The only thing to see here is a puzzle, which gets you an item, which is only really useful for solving that puzzle. So right now we took a turn here and ended up at the chu-teng symbol, which takes us to the mountain, and that makes us face east, I think. So this candle gives us the hint 1 step to the east and 2 steps to the north. We're presently facing east, so 1 step forward is east from our perspective. Then we turn left, and by that point we've done a full loop of the compass direction, and we can take 2 steps forward, and there we are. And the item we get is a literal compass. And when we use the compass from our inventory, it tells us the direction we're facing, which is only really useful in solving that puzzle in particular, which you need to solve to even get the thing, and it's not very useful for actually navigating the Land of Time. It's pretty useless, actually. I just thought it was neat that it was there. Also, a fly flies past a certain point when you arrive at the front of the Fire Tower of Time. I think that's a neat touch. It's very clearly Gyo. And this candle here, which is apparently somewhat familiar, doesn't take a genius to work out that's our candle, does it? I think you can guess where Kai's life in general is headed. And there's only really one other thing of note to see in the Land of Time, which I'm having difficulty finding, because it is actually quite difficult to navigate the Land of Time, what with its looping and what have you. But yes, there it was, the red candle. And we can't actually approach the candle without permission from the King of Time. That candle actually houses the fire Magatama that we need to complete the game, but you can only get it as Rin, so the only times you can do it are either right at the beginning or right at the end. Not right now. Now we'll actually get on with our mission and go find Kago and talk to him to learn more about our mission. We're not going to take Gishou's teleport up to the top of the tower, though. We're going to take the scenic route on this. We saw a video in the Land of Dreaming that told us the way to summon Kago is to go to the computer and then type his name into it, so that's where we're headed, to the computer room. There's a couple of things to be seen by taking the scenic route. Like this chap, who is apparently 3 chaps working in tandem, and whose favourite dish is apparently lively fire. And then they fall apart because coordination isn't actually their specialty, but they do it anyway because... no explained reason as far as I can tell. Shine on, Sato, you crazy diamond. So here we are in the computer room, and we're going to go straight to entering Kago into the keyboard, and I'm not going to bother with the eyeglasses or anything like that because I actually wrote the combination down. Saves a little bit of time. So we learned the obvious from that conversation. The Land of Time controls time, and that we need to go to the Land of Dreaming to put out the candle, because it's the only area in the game that actually has water in it. Put 2 and 2 together there, it's not that difficult of a puzzle. And sadly we actually have to walk all the way to the Land of Dreaming, because the Land of Time has no warps in it to anywhere. So I will see you at the Palace of Dreaming. So here we are, and no, you can't just take the water that's presently occupying about 50% of the screen, it has to be special water from the Land of Dreaming. And I'm not sure why this riddle puzzle presented itself to me again. You're supposed to do this once and then it never shows up for the rest of the game. Don't know if that's a bug or what, but doesn't matter. Anyway, where we need to go is inside this room. The map of the Land of Dreaming actually had our face on it for this room, so that is how you'd know, since the icon on the door isn't exactly detailed. And of course you have to collect the water at the source. You can't just scoop up a handful of water lying around. That water is too impure, filled with all those disgusting magatamas of dreaming. No, you have to collect this from the source so you can brand it and sell it at a ridiculous markup at convenience stores. So now that we've grabbed that, we just need to head back to the Land of Time, but the Land of Dreaming has no convenient warps to the Land of Time. So I'm going to do something slightly cheeky. I'm going to perform another death warp. It's just in the interest of time and nothing else, because this game doesn't like to be convenient with its warps at all. Some areas link to some other areas, the Land of Life links to all areas but the Land of Desire for no reason whatsoever. I don't know what the thinking is behind that. I think it's just there to inconvenience me. So we're back in the Land of Time, and as the King of Time said, the candle we need to put out is located 1 step forward, 1 step right, 1 step forward, 1 step right, and then 3 steps forward from the tower stairs. I hope you were taking notes, kiddos, because I don't think he says that a second time. Mind you, you can cut that instruction in half if you start from Gyo flying past the screen rather than the tower stairs. And here's the candle we need to put out, so let's get a move on with that. Oh, wouldn't you know it, that candle was a representation of a life. It's almost as if you die every time a life ends in this game, and this totally wasn't an obvious twist. And then the game decides to end Kaislef on a bizarrely dark note, actually, suggesting that the kings aren't very good people. I don't even know what concept of morality this game has, so good and bad, it means absolutely dick all to me. And just like before, we're going to cap this off by playing another one of those shorter cutscene-esque lives, but this is the last short life there is in the game. We're actually fast approaching the ending now, this game isn't very long. And this character, Retsu, the ant, we have actually already seen him before. If you remember, you can probably immediately tell how this is going to go. If not, well, you'll catch on pretty fast. Let's get straight to it. And so we find ourselves amongst the roots of the Tree of Life, and just like all the other of the short cutscene lives, our control is very limited. We can only move from side to side. And even then we can only go so far before we hit some kind of edge, even though this is a circle and there should be no edge, before we're forced to go back on ourselves. And for some reason when we change screens it seems like we're going up in the air, which doesn't make any sense. I don't understand the perspective going on here. But yes, if you haven't caught on yet, we are the ant that we chucked at the King of Life's face earlier to go inside of his mouth, because apparently that's what opening the gates of life means. Demonstrated like so. I will be a very happy man if I never ever have to hear that noise ever again. But anyway, it's good to know that we committed murder in the past to get our own way, but then again this isn't the first time we've done that either. And so we acquire Retsu's nameplate. This is the 8th nameplate we've acquired so far. There are 9 of them. We have exactly 1 more life to go before we hit the end game. So I hope you'll join me on the next episode of Let's Play Eastern Mind, where we'll take on the last life before we revert back to being ridden for the end game. See you then.